So the thing that really interested me the most was what you mentioned about platforming and like making sure your acquisition or customer acquisition engine is not just an advertising-based one.
Yeah.
And sometimes we call this in services like distribution.
Yeah.
So really interested to know, just from your business experience, like how important is distribution compared to things like, everyone thinks growth is about advertising and getting a customer that way, but I find distribution tends to be more stable in terms of reliable and harder to build, but harder to get rid of quickly. So what's been your experience there?
So in a Flipper context, it's interesting because we're what they would kind of define as a high value, low repeat marketplace. And so the challenge with that is, unlike SaaS, you don't have the same customer coming back every single month. And so what you have to continue to do is fill up top of funnel, nurture middle of funnel, and then ensure from a marketplace context that you've got liquidity by having the same amount of demand that matches the supply, or in most cases 10 times the demand, to ensure that the supply sells through, because that's what your customers come to expect of you. And so then when you talk about distribution or customer acquisition, I think every business is a little bit different. In our case, what we do is we talk a lot about how much is a business valued at, and that is a little bit analogous to how much a home is valued at. People are obsessed by it. So if you've got a lead magnet, which gives people the tools, they will tend to use those tools, and then you can nurture them and have a chat with them about the service offering. Now, we then do that through long tail keywording, so SEO. We do it through paid. We do it through things like events. I've got a barcode on the back of my t-shirt because I'm here on the Gold Coast at an event. I'm hoping that people just walk up to my back and start.
I did notice that actually.
A QR code so that they get a valuation. I mean, you're basically looking at all of the different platforms, means, partnerships, programs that you can distribute, whatever your top of funnel magnet is. And in our case, that happens to be our valuation tool.
I came into the acquisition from, I was recommending a client acquire a business, and that came from really when I was building a strategic partnership sort of program and looking at people within the supply horizontally and vertically and going, where's a good target? Do you find in your experience sometimes people acquire businesses just through that process or networking and talking to suppliers and go, I'm going to buy you out or something like that? Does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You get people say, hey, a friend said I should check out Flipper because I am in the travel business and I'm looking to acquire eyeballs. So I'm looking for big content sites or blogs which are about these 10 destinations. Because they happen to sell lodging, maybe they're an ad platform for getting a clip of the ticket on airline tickets, whatever it might be. You get people who say, hey, I'm a tradie, I am a plumber, I am a builder, and I'm looking to acquire businesses which can give me access to customers digitally. And so in many cases, that's a cheaper pathway to customer acquisition than it is paying Google and Facebook and nurturing that day in, day out, and hoping you get it right. So absolutely. People come through our networks, they come through other networks, but ultimately what they're looking to do is complement their growth strategy with faster access to customers.